Oh god, look at this, man. Hold on for me, God. Your stream is lagging? What do you mean? Like, in what way? Can you hear me well? It's good now, okay. I mean, like it seems like bitrate is okay, so I don't know, drop frames to 0. Okay, okay. Look at this. Good gaming PC. Bro, you're telling, you know, like, I'm not a student, and I'm not broke, and I'm employed, you know. Yeah, but also buildings you place have some storage, they will fill up quickly, build additional stockpiles for logs and water. Each storage building can only hold one type of resource, you can set. Oh, by the way, some bad news. Okay, I'm ready. Whoa, that's a huge text. Give me a minute. I texted 5 to 6 universities to ask about my thesis in embedded systems in Canada. I can do it, but I might not do some pre-master, which is for 8 months in some cases. This thing is that since I'm coming from a computer science background, I need to have some computer engineering or electrical engineering based subjects that helps me understand circuits electrics. That will be covered in pre-master now. That is too long and I can't wait of doing that. Also embedded system jobs. Canada seems to require security. Wow. But what do you mean it's like too long? Do you like hurry? I mean, I guess it was pretty obvious that you have some basic knowledge and circuits and electrics. It's 12 months is too long and living in Canada is expensive, brother. Yeah, I know. But I guess it should be possible to, like, find an employment while you're studying. Like being partially employed. Okay, so what is your plan now? I'm curious. I'm going to be doing my thesis in AI machine learning. I will work that purely while creating apps as my original plan. I talked to 3 supervisors from different universities in Canada. I also consulted a counselor from there, and he helped me pivot in accordance to the Canadian market. He said in Canada, for embedded systems, you need to have some embedded systems job experience that is from Canada directly. Interesting. So once you're settled in Canada and you have citizenship, when you feel ready, you can. Wow. Move toward embedded systems. Now my plan is not work on web development because that's something that I don't want. Settle on app development. Okay. I mean, it's not gonna be much different, to be honest. Like, ecosystem is probably will be much better than like JavaScript, right? But you also could do web development, but like backend, you know, and it would probably be better. Further German use. Now this. I mean, it's hard to like move to another country in any situation. In a good country. I don't have issues with the backend. I love backend. Yeah, backend is good. But I mean, backend is a part of web development. You're just like not doing front end. Most of the time. I hate front end on web development. I mean, it's hard to love front end, but sometimes you just have to do it. No? And if you are not pressured to do it in some way, you can make it not that painful, at least. Do you have any experience with Java or you know Java, right? Or Swift? With logs and water, having a place to store, you should prepare the same for berries and the upcoming carrot harvest, but I have one. Why it doesn't count? Oh, it wants medium. I know that I don't have any issues with it at all. I love backend development. Also, I saw that app developers tend to have more security in comparison to web developers. So I just decided to go with that. Is it like a plus for you? Let's not get into the AI talk, it's going to get replaced. I mean, if you want me not to talk about that, I can, but it's not like you're safe if we are not talking about it. If it does, I will just beg for money. Actually, a good idea. I mean, I read a lot, people were talking that like the good idea is to have some money reserved so you can just survive through time. Like this period of time when everyone will need to adapt to the fact that there are no longer jobs, right? I have worked with Java, yes. Not with Swift, no. By the way, do you know, like, I only now realize that, and I hate to tell you that, but do you know that most likely you will work with JavaScript, because most of the time a lot of companies just can't afford to develop at the same time several projects, like one project for iOS and one for Android, so all they do is just using React Native, right? Well, the thing is that I'm going to be working closely with AI on the second hand, so Python is also there, so development plus AI mostly. Like, do you think that if you work with AI, so you are not, like, you're safe from being replaced by AI? Do you realize that AI development is the first thing that they will automate using AI? Like, the main goal is to make AI at least, like, mildly smart enough to be able to write another AI. I never said that. I mean, it just, like, sound that way because I said that. I was just telling. I'll just become a mechanic. Actually, that's a good option. Mechanical engineering should be interesting. Didn't you think about getting back on Twitch? Science points are used to unlock more advanced buildings. An inventor will produce science points over time. Okay. I'll just become a mechanic. Okay, I read this. Well, not really. I have searched up on the jobs and now Kotlin's KMP is... What is KMP? Kotlin's KMP has been adopted a lot as well, so it depends mostly. Is the Flutter. Oh, you mean it's like Kotlin multi-platform? Okay, I see. Is it really adapted? Like, I mean, I heard a long time ago that you can build cross-platform apps with Kotlin, which are like not even mobile application, but generally cross-platform. But I never seen a project in a while that was using it. I had plans for coming back to Twitch, but right now I'm too busy to follow up on that. Once I do get ready, I will. Also, I want to ask, like, I was thinking lately. You told me you were, like, seriously into Apex Legends, right? You were, like, almost a cybersport player. Obviously, you should have some clips on YouTube, right? Homes increases your beaver's well-being and allow your folktales population to grow. Or folktales, like, okay, build enough lodges to house all your beavers. Beavers will not reproduce unless there are empty slots for kids. Okay. Sounds reasonable. We are reproducing beavers. Yes. No. I deleted everything I told you, you dumbass. Clips from YouTube, right? So other people making clips and you like delete those. We can play it someday together. Apex Legends? Bro, like I would be really happy if I was able to play something like Apex Legends, you know? I would be like, it's even enough for me if I was able to play something like Valorant, you know? Which like really easy on hardware, but because it's macOS, you know. Also, doesn't Apex Legends also have kernel anti-cheat? Oh, it uses easy anti-cheat, right? It isn't kernel. Oh, that's why Apex Legends have so many cheaters. Like real bro, I'm more than happy, but I guess the moment I'll buy PC, right? If I'll be able to. It will be the first in the list to do. I'm going to finish RDR 2, then Cyberpunk, and then probably finish The Witcher 3. Top 10 games my PC can't run. First, second, and third place. By the way, do you realize that it's like only a year before Rockstar will release GTA 6? Like we were waiting for that for more than 10 years, right? I'm getting 130 FPS at Ultra in 1080p with 280 Ti, so it's not that bad. I already have my PS5 waiting for it. I never like understood the point of consoles. Like, okay, they're cheap, right? But also you can do nothing on them except to play games, right? And in addition to that, they're cheap, but you'll have like, do games play out? Aren't that games are like more expensive than on the PC, right? Than on Steam. Yeah, also in Steam I have Ukrainian region, like Ukrainian market, and because of that, it's all games are cheaper there. Which is also a big plus. Beta optimization easier to make games for less piracy. What do you mean beta optimization? Like, it's not like you can do anything with hardware if your game unoptimized, right? You can't make the same hardware run unoptimized games better. Plus, as I heard, at least when PS5 was only released, there were a lot of titles which were limited to 30 FPS. Easy to make games for less piracy chance. Not a lot of people. Okay, like, less piracy chance, that's something that company will worry about, not me, right? And also, I see nothing wrong with piracy. Like, I mean, in sense, it's bad when people pirate things, but if I was selling games, I would not... Like, quite often companies get way too obsessed with piracy protection, and they just harms the game experience. And quite often people who can't afford game, they can just pirate it. And if they really like it, they'll probably buy it later in the Steam or something. Less piracy chance, not a lot of people want to play games directly on their PC after using PC all day long. But you can like just connect your TV to your PC. I would say one HDMI cable should cost much cheaper than PS5. And there are families that want to play together, for which PS5 or Xbox Series X make a lot easier to play. I don't know. Like, they're valid, but they're so easy to fix with PC. Well, you're asking about why people buy consoles. The company cares where they get the most money. You get what I mean. The idea of console is plug and play, that's it. Okay. I mean, I probably just can't relate because I'm really no computers well, right? Your beavers are happier than ever. You have reached a new well-being high score. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. I mean, probably, yeah, I guess it's so easy for me because I just know how to use PC. Most people don't want to go through the errors to find out that DirectX isn't working on PC. Just use Vulkan, obviously. They just want scenes to work, or yeah, you know, computers, but not around us. Yeah, I guess that's the point. It's so weird also, like... I don't know, I have... At this moment I just got so many scenes to say in my head, I just couldn't decide which ones. Like... In the current age, don't know how to use computer is just so bummer, like... Bro, are you serious? We are about to get a fully autonomous, like, digital human, which are better than human, which can control everything, and probably we should also be much more sophisticated about all those things, so we can understand. We are much harder to manipulate with, right? Including big tech. And we still can just use regular computers, it's kind of weird. You would be surprised to know how many people don't even know the shortcut to create a new tab on Google Chrome. Trust me. I mean, it's not something that defines how if you know computers, right? If I don't know shortcut, I still can be a programmer or something. It's just a knowledge, it's not the understanding of how computers works. When I say not know how to use computers, I'm talking about fixing errors, to be honest. But that's the point, it's not... Aren't, like, fixing errors on computers is pretty much the same as fixing errors generally? There are older people and young people. Okay, I have... Okay, I wanted to say I have nothing against older people, but I just thought about it. Why would I make them, like, exceptions for them? Like, it's better for them to know how to use it, and it's not like they can do that. There are a lot of elder people who, I don't know, professional athletes or big programmers, right? Like, which entered programming from the very beginning. When I say not know how to use computers, I'm talking about fixers. Not everyone has patience or curiosity to find solutions for. They just want things to work. Otherwise, right now Linux would be the most popular desktop operation system. Read my text first. I mean, bro. It's not that hard. You install Steam and you play games. Like, it's not that time when you have so many errors. Like, really. I'm talking as a person who plays on macOS, right? macOS. Which is, like, was never a gaming platform. And I try to play it on Linux, and it's also pretty usable, you know? This guy's never finishes the text and then goes on about the conclusion. Okay, my bad. But the point... I read your text until the end, and my point didn't change. Right? I feel like you haven't sat down with a lot of people, that you haven't realized how many people get headaches after using a PC for... But... Okay. I understand that. The point is... I'm not saying that it's not how it is, right? That's not my point. My point is that, yeah, it is how it is, but it's like their problem, they should fix it. That's my point, right? Like, they lose if they don't know how to use technologies in a technological era, right? It's just, it sounds like you're arguing against something I'm not standing for, right? You're like saying, I feel you have sat down, but I understand. The point is that that's the problem. There are a lot of people who can't use PCs, right? And that's the problem. You're different, you get what I mean. If only life was that easy. Like, okay. I guess you can just... There's just nothing you can do about it, right? The only thing you can do is just to make sure that you are not among those people, and that's it. Or maybe popularize it in some way, but I'm not sure. We can now start producing more advanced resources, but some buildings require power to do so. Well, build a water wheel by the shore on the river. It is dependent on the water flow, so it will stop producing energy when there is no water. Let's fucking go. Power wheel, water wheel. Build water wheel. How do I do that? Okay, I guess I see now. I think just people have different interests. Imagine you're artist that came from home and about to work on Linux. I see no problem with that. I mean, Linux is not hard if you're not trying to make it hard, right? Just don't install Arch and it's gonna be easy. Like, really, Ubuntu is just such an out-of-the-box experience. You can use it instead of Windows immediately. Would you want to end up using 2 hours of your work fixing bugs on a desktop, or just use Windows to use... Bro, they won't use i3 or Hyperland, you know, there are not gonna be any major bugs. They will just install FlatHub apps and call it a day. Just Windows to use the application had always worked to finish the job. See, different preference. Some people just want things to work, the software developers to make optimize and it works for them. Okay. I mean... It's not... I guess, like, my problem is... I understand the take of some things want things just to work, right? I mean, I generally agree with it. It's cool when you can... When your... Like, workflow, when your setup just works. But... There are a lot of people who just don't realize there are other ways. That's the problem. Like... It's not the problem that you prefer macOS over Linux because macOS just works better for you, right? I mean, quite often I can sacrifice my comfort just to use open source software, right? Because I just a believer in open source software. I think it's right to own the software you run on your PC. You should be able to understand everything that happens on your PC because it's your PC, right? And you should control everything it does. But sometimes that software just sucks, right? And there are proprietary software that just works. And it's totally understandable. But when people just have no idea that it's possible, that's the problem. They just... Like, they don't even consider other facts. NVIDIA is there, you have to install the drivers on there. Yes, you have to install it on Windows, but like, yeah, on Windows drivers are so easy. It's not like on Linux with, I don't know, 90% of hardware you can just launch your PC, launch Linux, and you're ready to go. And on Windows you have to always install some third-party software just to use your mouse or something, I don't know. Right? But the GUI makes it easier for them. What's wrong with Linux GUI, especially like with GNOME? It's just what they have kind of grown up to use. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's the take I agree with, and that's the problem. They like. I don't know. Like, it's the same way I can tell. I grown up with people doing manual labor work, and I'm against like factories or automatic manufacturing, right? But it's just a stupid take. If we had grown up using Linux, our way of approaching computers would have been way different. The problem is that Linux in the past it was sucking like so hard. Like you're talking right now that Linux is difficult, but it's not. It was difficult. In past time, Linux was really hard to use, and that's why nobody, like not experienced in programming, used Linux. Your stream is lagging so much. Yeah, I mean, is it like stream? Drops frames 20. It's not that bad. I guess it's just a game. I have 500 bitrate. 12,000 bitrate. 9,000 bitrate. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I have... My bitrate jumps like crazy. Okay, now it's 6,000. It should be okay. Insane. You know what I can do? I hope it will help. At least a little bit. It's because of the game you're playing. Ain't no way, brother. Who would guess? The moment you stop playing the game, it works for obviously. I mean, obviously. It's the only thing that runs on my PC, except OBS and browser. Stop playing the game and practice. Practice what? It is time to start producing planks. Build a lumber mill and connect it to water wheel with power shafts. Many builders can pass energy to one another when placed wall to wall. Interesting. What? Power shaft? How do I use it? Transfer buffer. Okay, wait. Programming. I don't know, but like... For some reason, I just don't feel like doing anything, honestly. Like, right now, even right now, I'm playing, but... It's not like... It really satisfies me, you know? You're just existing. I mean... You're entering adulthood. Don't say it like that. That's not the problem of adulthood. I guess. I hope. I don't know. Like sometimes you try to do right things, right? But then you're just no longer sure if they are right things to do. And then you're just no longer sure if you're interested in those things. Oh, trust me, once you get into your 20s, you're going to hate life much more than this. Just because you say it that way. I hate like this empty pessimism. To be honest, it's understandable. Yeah, I mean... obviously a lot of people feel this way, but isn't it wrong? It's hard to tell if it is. Like, if so many people feel it, someone would argue it's not wrong, okay? But is it how it works? I mean, I don't want to feel this way, right? So probably by this definition it's wrong. But also, it's like such a difficult problem. I have no idea what can I do to fix it. Like I'm just trying everything I can and see what sticks, what doesn't. Actually, you know what? I'm kinda tired. What am I gonna do right now, right? Programming, I don't know, like I don't feel like programming on stream is something I wanna do. Really. I mean, programming requires deep focus. If I'm not deep focused, I just don't get the desired result, right? But also I can just stream and not read chat. Because I would say that the main point of streaming to communicate with people, right? Let's read some Reddit. New Flash Google One, don't know how to feel about it. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, LM Arena is just such a shitty benchmark. Are you even here in Formiga? Can't find the block. Did they release one? Oh, it was 2.5. I bet. What's the version of this? 520? 20. It's the old one.
And say, so I'm about to lose my job, and this is scary because I developed this skill. I just boom, look at an X-ray and say, oh, here we go. We have right middle lobe pneumonia, maybe left upper lobe consolidation. Patient is very sick. She has bilateral pneumonia. We need to take care of her. But here comes AI, and of course, they pick it up in a second. So now, you don't need professional eyes to look at these x-rays.
Okay, really interesting.
Might be the most impressive, at least in some circles. A couple of weeks ago, Gemini completed Pokemon Blue. This last milestone might be the most impressive, at least in some circles. A couple of weeks ago, Gemini completed Pokemon Blue. It earned all 8 badges, traveled the victory road, defeated the Elite Four and the champion, bringing us one step closer to achieving API, artificial Pokemon intelligence.
Yeah, that's fun. That's funny.
Gemini completed Pokemon Blue.
Oh, it's still live?
Thanks, Demis. It's amazing to see the possibilities for Project Astra to help with accessibility. It's another exciting example of how AI is advancing our timeless mission to organize the world's information and make it universal.
Oh, by the way, I probably can stream that on YouTube, right?
No product embodies our mission more than Google search. It's the reason we started investing in AI decades ago, and how we can deliver its benefits at the scale of
was just a part of it.
curiosity. Our Gemini models are helping to make Google search more intelligent, agentic, and personalized. One great example of progress is our AI overviews. Since launching at I/O last year, they've scaled up to over 1.5 billion users every month in more than 200 countries and territories. As people use AI overviews, we see they are happier with their results and they search more often. In our biggest markets like the US and India, AI overviews are driving over 10% growth in the types of queries that show them. What's particularly exciting is that this growth increases over time. It's one of the most successful launches in search in the past decade. AI overviews are also one of the strongest drivers of growth for visual searches in Google Lens. Lens grew 65% year over year, with more than 100 billion visual searches already this year. So people are asking more queries, and they're also asking more complex queries. With our latest Gemini models, our AI overviews are at the quality and accuracy you've come to expect from search and are the fastest in the industry. For those who want an end-to-end AI search experience, we are introducing an all-new AI mode. It's a total reimagining of search. With more advanced reasoning, you can ask AI mode longer and more complex queries like this. In fact, users have been asking much longer queries, 2 to 3 times the length of traditional searches. And you can go further with follow-up questions. All of this is available today.
So they basically just made the perplexity in the website.
How I use search. And I'm excited to share that AI mode is coming to everyone in the US starting today.
Perplexity is so dead.
AI mode is where we will first bring our...
You can now fine-tune text-to-speech models with Unslat.
Fine-tune them all for free using our notebooks?
Fine-tune them all for free using our notebooks.
Plus do it 100% locally as we're open source.
Plus do it 100%.
Deep sync? Whoa. Whoa. Is it like the same model just syncs for longer, for more time? Wow. Okay, so the price is the same, right? $62 on Polyglot is good. There's really just a lot of projects. Take me to Google, you cannot assume. Oh, that's interesting. What is Comet? It's like their browser? For OpenAI computer control and computer control, okay. Wow. Okay, honestly, I'm kinda tired for today. I guess that's it. We'll stream mod tomorrow, I guess.